Olga.
Morning.
Hi,
How are you?
hello.
Not
Hi,
bad.
everyone. Hi, church fam. We
You
love
guys-
you. We miss you.
Guys doing well?
We're doing
Yeah.
very well, thank you. Very well.
We miss you
Good.
all.
Yeah, we miss you guys, and obviously everybody watching this. And like I just said, we obviously we can't be together right now, but one day we will be. We don't know when that will be, but one day we'll be able to. But Paul, Olga, just tell us a little bit about what the last couple of months have been like for you guys. Because Paul, I remember you guys went into lockdown really early, didn't you? You went into isolation really early in this journey. We were playing football, I think, one night, and then it was like the next day or something. What's it been like for you guys?
Yeah, so it's been an extra week for us because we weren't sure if Olga and one of our boys, they had a fever. So my work told me not to go in. I went back to Harrison School to collect him. He came out of school not knowing what was going on. So yeah, we've had an extra week, but it's weird. It's flown by. Early on, I can remember saying to house group, we were all sharing what the first couple of weeks were like. And I remember saying, actually, the best thing about being in lockdown is being stuck at home with my wife and my boys. Oh. And the worst thing about being in lockdown was being stuck at home with my wife and my boys. But actually, that's kind of how it's been. It's sort of strangely enjoyable. You know, the boys are doing really well. They get on with their work well at school. I still go into work one day a week. We're on a rota. Olga's, as a supply teacher, she's been furloughed. So it's a bit strange. We're not entirely sure what's happening. But being stuck at home, I would say, we're just enjoying it in a strange way. You know, we're blessed. We've got the garden. The boys have done quite a few more PE lessons, shall we say, than they might have otherwise done. But they're getting on with their work, and we're helping them as best we can. And although it's a very strange time, obviously, and it's difficult, I'm sure, for some families. In a weird way, we've kind of been enjoying it.
I'm sure there are probably lots of families that are in similar positions to you. That actually is kind of is it that book by is it Charles Dickens says it was the best of times and the worst of times. It's like those two things hand in hand with one another.
Exactly. And I'm sure, you know, families can identify, you know, we with three boys, sometimes it's very lively anyway at the best of times. And there are days where they love each other, days where they want to kill each other.
Same.
And we have with us as well. Yeah, we have our ups and downs, but
don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Other families, or there are families going, oh, actually, we're doing much better than they are. So yeah, we've all got our different circumstances.
Yeah, well, bless you guys. And Olga, I know for you, because obviously we follow you on Facebook, as do many other people, and we've seen that you guys have been really active in your neighborhood, in the community. What are some of the things that you've been up to, and what's been the response to that as well? Because it's been quite amazing just watching it from our perspective. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Thank you. Well, I was really encouraged by the Elim Summit that was on Wednesday night, because they spoke about, I forgot the name of the leader, but he spoke about prophetic imagination. And I remember during this time saying to God, because my Edinburgh Fringe show was shut down, and I remember saying to God, what can I do with what I have? And I have wigs, and I have props, and I have I have the ability to sing, and I have the ability to make people laugh. I try sometimes. And so God just dropped some little things in my heart, and it started small. It started by singing out on the green, and then the radio came down, BBC radio came down. And then from that, we started doing little car discos. We've got another one coming up on Friday where we drive around the area and take sweets to the children. So we've got the boys in the back with the boot up and then they throw out sweets. And I know yourself and Danny have kindly donated chocolates to that. And just, if someone's got a birthday in the area, Batman might turn up, and it's not anything big to me. It's easy for me because it's just what I love doing, but it's doing it to help others. That's it.
And Olga, what's been some of the response in kind of with the neighbors around you? Because obviously they've seen this, they've been involved. Yeah. What's been has there been any conversations, some response that's come from that?
It's really interesting, because the minute you step out and do a little something for God, it could be really tiny. Your faith just comes into play, and it doesn't mean that you're going around, sort of the Lord saith, but it's opened up conversations about my faith and why I do the things that I do and why I have the joy that I have, with neighbors around me, that are saying, well, why are you like this? Why are you doing this? And then you can give an answer. Oh, it's because of God. Or they know your faith, and they're saying, are you doing this because you're a Christian? And no, I'm doing this because, and it's very organic and natural to share your faith off the back of doing these deeds. I think it's like step out and then God will give you the words for him. It doesn't need to be the other way around where you go out with a banner or anything. You're just going out doing something very simple. And I know you and Danny are all about this as well, like giving a something very loving for others. And off the back of that, God gives you the opportunity to witness to others. It's wonderful. God is really doing something, and it links in with that prophetic imagination word at the Elim.
So good.
Honestly,
that is so good, Olga. And I'm even just seeing some of the comments come up on the screen there, but with some people just responding to what you're saying, just saying, actually, that's really inspiring. They're thanking God for your boldness and your courage in this season. And I think people are just really cheering you on. And I think actually, you know, that there are loads of people who'll be watching this and they'll be saying, well, I can't sing, or I don't have wigs in the closet. But actually, it's what we do with what we have. You know, every one of us have got something in our hands. And this is a real season where we can be creative with what God has given us to be a blessing to those around us. And so well done, you guys.